welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2025 from Deckerville High School. My name is Josh Stern, and I have the honor of being the principal of Deckerville Junior-Senior High School. I'd like to welcome all the graduates and their families, especially the moms and the dads. Thank you to all the staff of Deckerville Community Schools in attendance. I'd like to recognize Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Matthew Connolly, school board members Richard Hamill, Randy Kirkpatrick, Jason McConaughey, Kendra Messing, James Nickel, and Kurt Vogel. Graduates today with a white cord completed high school with a grade point average between 3.0 and 3.49. Graduates with a gold cord had a GPA between 3.5 and 4.0. The class of 2025 at Deckerville High School is small but mighty. With only 30 graduates, the list of accomplishments for this group is larger than schools 10 times our size. We are witnesses to the graduation of state champions in both football and track. We have a published author. We have individuals who've been all-state, not just in athletics, but also in Quiz Bowl. A Quiz Bowl team that placed at nationals. We have district champions in basketball and volleyball. We have members from the first ever academic games teams from Deckerville to win the county title. We have members of a band that's received the highest ratings possible at festival this year. We have students that have gone to school each day and then gone to work each night and have done very well at both. We have students who took the time out of their own day to check on classmates that seemed down and to check on staff members going through health issues. These graduates include those who have achieved academic excellence. We have talented artists, superior athletes, hard workers, but most importantly, excellent human beings. Mr. Fred Rogers once said, "Who we are in the present includes who we were in the past." The town of Deckerville and the time that you have spent at Deckerville High School will always be a part of who you are. Be proud of that. You've had excellent teachers and a community that supported you through all the wins and the losses. You probably won't realize this for a few years, but one day you'll look back and understand that you come from a special place that helped you grow into who you are going to become. My congratulations to all of you on graduation, and I wish you the best for all you do in the future. Remember, you may be moving on, but for those of us here at Deckerville High School, we'll still be here for you. And now please welcome Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Matthew Connolly.
Thank you, Mr. Stern. It is good to be here, and this is a celebration. The class of 2025, a lot of what Mr. Stern just said, is the most highly decorated senior class in 121 years. Okay, that's a long time. For you seniors, how many of you have been with us since kindergarten? Raise your hand. How many of you joined us along the journey? Thank you for being here. The common finality is that you were all Deckerville Eagles. Okay. So we're going to kind of turn the tables. What I would like you to do, seniors, if you wouldn't mind standing up, please. And turning around and facing your parents, the teachers, coaches, alumni. We'll give them a nice round of applause for supporting you. And you can turn back around and sit down, please. All the days you were sick and you called to go home, a mom or a dad or a grandpa or grandma and uncle had to come get you. All those late night trips from driving or basically All Saints or Forest. The trip down to Chicago for the National Quiz Bowl Championship. There's a lot of time invested in you, not just within the members of our school, but also your family and our community. Our Deckerville Education Foundation is something that not a lot of communities have. And what they were able to do to you in terms of providing over $26,000 to go to school is remarkable. And that's a testament to what you do and the value that they see in you. And I want you to take your time today. You don't be in such a hurry, get your diploma and get out of here. Okay? This means more to your parents than it really does probably to you, right? Probably for years, oh, I can't wait till I graduate, I can't wait till I graduate. Now, when you do, a couple years from now, like, oh man, that was a really good time. I wish I could have some more time back in school. But I did it because adulting is hard. Right? So when you come up to the stage and you get your diploma, take your time, got photographers, take some pictures that everybody's gonna get a copy of, but also kind of enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy this. Because as a parent, watching our sons and daughters go through this commitment that you did, that diploma is more than a piece of paper. It's a testament of hard work, dedication, late nights, early mornings, a lot of service hours, a lot of hard work. And I'm proud of you for that. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Now, you're going to probably hear some quotes from Sophia and from Ethan. You heard one from Mrs. Dern quoting Mr. Rogers. Right? I want to give you something from Dr. Seuss. You're off to great places. Today's your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. And you will succeed. Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. What I want you to understand is the world is awaiting your brilliance, because you all contribute something pretty remarkable. And I want to say thank you for being the class that you had. I don't think we'll see another class like this in a long time. Okay, and that's academically, that's musically, athletically, socially, behaviorally. You're a great group. Congratulations, proud of you, and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Conley. And now, a message for our graduates from school board member, Mr. Jason McConaughey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Stern. Was that baccalaureate the other night? And Pastor Frost was the first one to speak. And he bounced up them steps and stood behind that podium like he built it with those two hands. I was like, man, I wonder if I could get him to give this darn speech Sunday night. Welcome everybody to our graduation ceremony, and congratulations, graduates. You've made it through the easiest part of your entire life. You do have a very accomplished class, though, as has been previously mentioned. And my own class has had, I think, 4 of us sit on this board. One of us is the county commissioner, chairman, and another one is the administrator, Senate County administrator. So if my class can do it, your class certainly can. Another pastor from Baccalaureate mentioned doing something out of your radar. This was certainly not on my radar. So my message for you tonight is simple and sincere. Have faith in yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. My inspiration for this message is very vivid memories of being your age and asking people older than myself, even a generation or two, very simple questions like, why? You know, not why does Earth orbit around the sun, but like, why do you do the things that you do? And rarely getting answers. A perfect example of this happened at a church I was going to at the time. There was a lot of things going on in the church and not a lot of explanations to the congregation of what was going on. I guess we were just expected to show up and like mind-numb robots and not ask any questions. Not how I roll. So, right in front of me one Sunday was an elder of the church. Immediately after the service, he turned around and shook my hand and said, "How you doing, Jason?" I said, "Very good." I said, "But why? What's going on?" And he literally looked down and had his foot towed at the carpet and couldn't give an answer. How embarrassing it must have been to either be stumped by a kid or just too embarrassed to give a truthful answer. Speaking of church, I hear we have a new pope. Apparently he's from Chicago. I don't know, that's what I've seen on social media anyways. If that guy has a clue, then why are there 19,000 different denominations of Christianity? And moving on from the Pope to Washington, D.C., there's a couple of guys that I would sure like to run and ask some advice to. Our last two presidents, what's been going on there in the last few years? I had a substitute teacher in college walked into class one day who apparently had a PhD. She made sure we knew that because she walked up to the board and wrote her name and started it with a big P.R. on the board. I'm here to tell you that's not a display of intelligence, it's a display of insecurity. So when you yourselves, those of you who are going to college, beware. Just because they call themselves Dr. Professor doesn't mean that they don't have their own opinions, their own ideals, their own agenda. They'll be more than happy to lead you down their path instead of helping you forge your own. So in closing, the goal tonight in my message is to point out that the most supposedly respectable and important people on the planet can be failures and disappointments. Men, flesh, and bone, who put their pants on one leg at a time, just like me and you. So when you set your standards and have your expectations, set them for yourself and no one else. Lower your expectations of others and raise your expectations for yourself. Have faith in yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. Then, go show your confidence to the world.
Thank you, Jason. Please welcome class of 2025 valedictorian, Ms. Sophia Buzzo.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, board members, and to the class of 2025. As we gather here today, we are reminded of all our hard work and achievements that have led us to this moment. I would like to thank teachers and coaches who have guided us on our journey, but most importantly, our parents, who have been by our side since day one. How lucky are we to have parents that show up to our sporting events, band concerts, academic games, quiz bowl, and other school activities. My parents are my biggest supporters, and without their encouragement, I would not be standing here today. Since I was 6 years old, I've always had an eagerness to learn. I would even cry when I couldn't go to school because as a kindergartner, I didn't understand the concept of weekends. I'm still that eager girl who has spent countless hours on college courses, homework, and studying. Now, as I spend my weekends thinking in. As I reflect on my time at Deckerville, there would be a few things that I will miss. The atmosphere at football games, Starbucks days and senior seminar, distracted Miss Olmstead hoped she'd forget to give us our homework, Mr. B's bad jokes, and the cookies from the lunchroom. However, I realized the one thing I will miss the most is this community. I've grown up watching others never fail to help those around them. I want you to take a moment and think of a time when you or someone you know may have been struggling and was offered unwavering support from someone in this community. With this support, I have learned that no one should fight battles or struggle alone. I am grateful to be surrounded by people who share a love for the community and will always come together. It is in these moments of togetherness that we discover who we really are. To my fellow graduates of the class of 2025, we all know growing up in a town with one stoplight, there are limited opportunities. I want you to remember that no matter where you come from or where you end up, to make the most of what you have, whether that be with friends, family, a future career, or personal goals. Take risks and say yes to something that scares you. Make mistakes and choose to learn from them. When you feel like giving up, find that light that keeps you going. Over the years, I've learned that hard work, dedication, and passion will set you up for success. I like to consider life like a book that has many chapters. Although today, our chapter of being students here at Deckerville comes to an end, we embrace a new chapter. We embrace a new independence, personal development, and change. Don't forget, you are the author of your own book. That is not just words on a page, but a memorable story. Write one worth telling. Although you can't go back and rewrite the past, you are in charge of your own pages. Live each moment to the fullest. Cherish your last jokes saying goodbye with your friends, your last shared family meals, and your last moment as a Deckerville leader. Each of you before me has a unique path, and I'm excited to see the positive impact you will leave on this world. Stay true to yourself, and you will accomplish anything you put your mind to. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Alright, so to start us off today, I'd like to congratulate all of us graduates. We made it, we accomplished what we've been working toward for 13 years. It's been a while. I would also like to thank everyone that helped us get us here, whether that be teachers, parents, other students, lunch ladies, bus drivers, or coaches. Everyone has done so much for us, and we don't realize it most of the time. They did it just because they wanted to, because they love us, right? Graduation speeches always talk about the next chapter of our lives and how we're all super excited for the future, but we're also scared at the same time, and that's true. And because we are excited, we are scared, but that's not what I want to focus on today. Many of us spent the last 13 of our lives here, as I said before. School has been the biggest part of our lives for as long as we can remember, and now it is. We walked out of those doors last Friday, and that was it. It was surreal. There's no words to describe it really. We were done. There were no more Starbucks days in the SCATs, no more labs in the SOM sets, just nothing. However, none of these things on their own really were all that memorable. Because a Starbucks day alone, you're just sitting alone in a room doing nothing. But, when you're with your friends, you're goofing off, you're having fun, that's what you remember. The people around you are what make any moment great. And it's the people sitting here today that made every single moment of the last 13 years great. I'm sure every class thinks that they're the best to ever come through Deckerville. But, let's be real here, it's us. We, state champions in football, we're national competitors in quiz bowl. What more do you need, really? What other classes, any of these things? We leave here today no longer as high schoolers, but just as normal people. We're not just kids anymore, we're adults. Well, it is true that we're the same as everybody else. We do all come from the class of 2025, which makes us just a little bit better than everybody else.
Thank you, Ethan, for that very humble speech. My Lord. At this time, I want to recognize two staff members from Deckerville Community Schools that have made the difficult decision to retire. Maybe not so difficult, but Miss Caroline Getzy has been with us for only 4 years, but in that time, she has poured countless hours into our students and made Deckerville High School a better place to be. Where are you, Miss Getzy? She's here somewhere, but thank you, Miss Getzy. Miss Karen Crowley has been teaching at Deckerville since 1990. She is concluding a career that spans 37 years. I'd like to recognize all the time, effort, and heart that Ms. Crowley has put into teaching the students at Deckerville. How many of you guys have Ms. Crowley? Crowley, yeah, which was it? Yeah, a lot. Probably somebody out there too. Thank you very much. All right, and now, for our listening pleasure, under the direction of Mr. Jesse Elkowitz, the Deckerville High School Band performing Expressions by Mr. Bill Calhoun and Serengeti Dreams by Robert W. Smith.